Barth and Rosa Basiluk were happily living in Brooklyn until Jared Kushner's real estate firm bought their building in 2015.
Every weekend, construction work.
The couple says the Kushner companies used a campaign of noisy construction and other tactics to drive them out of their rent-stabilized apartment.
They were trying to scare us and do, say things so that way we'd move out. And we didn't. We stayed put, and we started to go through and live through hell.
More than a dozen tenants told the Associated Press similar stories. An AP investigation found that over the past 3 years, more than 250 rent-stabilized apartments, 75% of the building, were either emptied or sold as the Kushner companies was converting the building to luxury condos. Those sales have totaled more than $155 million so far, an average of $1.2 million per apartment. The firm was run for much of that time by President Donald Trump's son-in-law and current presidential advisor, Jared Kushner.
When we got pregnant, and the thought of, I came home once or twice and it was just really fumey. I don't know if it was paint fumes or what, but it smelled way harsher than paint fumes. And just thinking about growing a baby inside of me with fumes and dust and all of these terrible things.
In a statement to the AP, a spokeswoman for the Kushner companies said, quote, "No tenant harassment has occurred at 184 Kent." The firm acknowledged it had received some complaints about construction, but said it responded immediately. It said many of the tenants did not renew their leases when their rent was increased to the maximum allowed under rent stabilization rules. But the data suggest turnover at the building, also known as the Austin Nichols House, was significantly higher than city averages for coveted rent-stabilized buildings, leaving behind a trail of anger, disrupted lives, and a lawsuit.
People moved out because it was very loud.
Sabine Anton has refused to move out and is part of the $10 million lawsuit alleging tenants were harassed and exposed to high levels of cancer-causing dust.
It was very dusty, and of course construction places bring rats into the buildings because you open walls and so on. So we had a massive rat infestation here.
That sound has been going on for hours.
The city's Department of Buildings says it sent inspectors to the building dozens of times since 2015 and found no evidence construction rules were being violated. But the Basiluks couldn't take it anymore and moved to the suburbs this past December. They say they lost that battle but hope to be on the winning side in court. Ted Shaffrey, The Associated Press, New York.